great athlete, but I do feel like he's a one-trick pony. I believe that his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is incredibly overrated. He has a beautiful 1-2. I got to learn a lot about his patterns in his last fight. That's really about it. That's the one thing that he's setting up real nice. He couldn't touch Cyril Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He's shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him. He was touching him.
That jab,
he
busted him open.
He was so comfortable.
I think Tom was looking for a way out, and he took it. He needs to change his game.
John Jones has just fired shots at Tom Aspinall once again, and this time he's gone all in on disrespecting the heavyweight interim champ. In a new interview, Jones took aim at Aspinall's entire skill set, saying he's overrated, a one-trick pony, and that the only weapon he has is his simple 1-2 combination. According to John, Tom Aspinall is not the next big thing.
Do you think Tom, as far as the crop and yeah, again, he's not even that active, but as far as active fighters, Tom's the best heavyweight we have to offer. That being said, and I love Tom, I'm a big believer in Tom, but there are some holes in his game if you watch enough fighting. Even though he's starching everybody, he's not starching elite level guys. He's beating and demolishing guys that are offered to him, but the heavyweight division has never been weaker. So you're basically the king of the mediocre heavyweight division. But again, not his fault. But with saying that, it goes to show that Tom does have some issues in his game that at a certain level will get exposed. So if you bring up Tom's record, my issue for Tom is, so Tom's one of the most athletic. Don might be the only more athletic heavyweight in the division, but Tom's fucking right up there. So Tom's big, he's fast, he's athletic. He has jiu-jitsu as far as we know.
I bet if he's weighing 215, he would fight Tom Aspinall better than him weighing 245 pounds. In his 205 frame, he could fight Tom Aspinall better than he'd fight him at that 250 because that's not his weight class. While he didn't last long with Cyril, he didn't look as fast. He carried more weight. Cyril just did some weird stuff. And John, you don't make mistakes against John.
He's just another hype train that the UFC has overblown. Jones claimed that Aspinall's boxing looks basic and predictable, and that against Cyril Gane, he could barely set anything up. He even said Gane was the one landing the better shots before the eye poke ended the fight.
Who's next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal, and he is again the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA, and he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. And he did it with a fucked up back. You watch Aspinall, like, I knew Aspinall was going to have a speed advantage because he's faster than any heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that's something that his coach drilled into him when he was young.
Speed.
Like, be fast. Like, you've got to be fast. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Speed kills.
Speed. And he's a giant dude, 260 plus pounds, but he moves like a fast young guy.
Yeah.
Like a light guy. And so that's what's, and he's also just so well-rounded. And he's just beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the first big test of his career.
The main event, a nightmare. I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight. They're both in shape, other than whatever's wrong with his eye. Both guys are not injured, so as soon as possible. I can't make people fight, right? If I want to put together a fight, I can't make people fight. And you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. You know, could he see, couldn't he see, could he continue? Only he knows that. The fight just got over long ago. What makes sense is to do the rematch. It makes sense. You know, sitting here tonight, so yeah, that makes sense. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Anything can happen between now and, you know, when I get him. We're not talking this Tuesday. I go from here to Saudi. I go to Qatar, then Saudi. I'm still here for another 8 or 9 days. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying anybody's going to be a #1 contender. outside of Cyril Gahn, I don't know. But right here, right now, being honest, which I never do this ever, is talk about, you know, what next fight's going to happen. The rematch is what makes sense.
I'm here with Tom Aspinall. Tom, I know you want to go and get medical attention, but talk us through your thought process and what you're feeling right now.
Guys, I just got fucking poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. What the why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do the fucking poke. I can't see.
Tom, they should not be booing. I agree with you. You waited a long time for this moment. Talk to the disappointment of this being how it ends.
This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going. Complete bullshit. Pissed off.
Tom, what can you see now? Is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look. Look at this. Fucking double poke, both eyeballs.
Yeah, it was double. It was double. Hey, Tom, listen, you are still the heavyweight champion. I know you want to be active. I know you want to fight. We hope to see you back in the octagon soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall.
And that's what's really triggered the MMA community, and because Jones didn't stop there. He said that if Aspinall ever fought him, it would be one of the easiest fights of his career. The comments have sent fans into an absolute frenzy. Some are saying Jon Jones is just trying to stay relevant while injured, and that deep down he's still scared of Tom Aspinall. Others, however, agree with him, pointing out that Aspinall's biggest advantage has been his speed, and that when matched with someone calm, composed, and strategic like Jones, that speed might not save him, but
we got to take that with a grain of salt. Even though he grew up in diapers in his jiu-jitsu gym, his dad was a jiu-jitsu owner. This isn't a knock on England, but it's going to be different. It's just different over there. Wrestling credentials, it's just different over there. They're not the same level as other parts of the world. So Tom's thing, right, is he's basically a knockout artist. Now, Tom's not a knockout artist because he's throwing these insane combinations and he's slipping and he looks like fucking, Anthony Joshua Canelo. He's doing it because he has faster hands. It does because you get labeled a knockout artist via Derek Lewis. When you get labeled a knockout artist in the UFC, it doesn't mean you have world-class striking. It means you have good striking for a mixed martial artist that has a variety of things you have to be good at, but you do excel in this, but it doesn't mean you have world-class striking. So Tom's thing is he has really fast hands for big heavyweight. And if you look at the guys he's beat, I would love to hear the argument that he's beat high-level world-class strikers. Which one of the guys that he beat would you label, if you're listening to this on your way to work or if you're watching this, if you have a knowledge on mixed martial arts and just striking in general, whether it's kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, which one of his opponents would you say was world class?
I'm seeing it all online. Tom quit. It got dicey out there for him and he quit. That's what the people are saying. Complete hogwash, complete nonsense. If you just watch it, you will see that those were two nasty, deep eye pokes. You could say that he lost that first round. I think he lost that first round. I think we all agree that he lost that first round.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could. I mean, that is fair game. But to suggest that he quit, that he wanted a way out, that he looked for a way out because the going got tough is just something that I'm not going to subscribe to. You know Jon Jones is going to weigh in. This is the guy. For the record, Jon Jones was offered for the millionth time $30 million to fight this man, and he didn't. You can't claim after the fact, this is the guy, but you know he's going to spike the football. And there's a cruel irony involved in the fact that Tom doesn't fight Jon Jones but still gets eye poked. But this is tough for him. This is the first time in his career where he's not going to be beloved by people because people are going to accuse him of being a quitter because they're going to say that the going got tough and he asked for a way out. I think that's absolute hogwash. He got poked in both eyes.
Wouldn't it be interesting if Tom came out and said, no, I'm not going to rematch him. He's a cheater. Why would I rematch a guy that already cheated, that violated not one of my eyes, but both? I gave him his chance. He chose to cheat. And I'm going to move on. If Tom took that stance, which he's not going to do, I'm saying, but for fun, I think he'd have a lot of people that supported him. For some reason, Surreal has come out of this thing with his hands clean. He's the one that did the poking.
This notion of intentional versus unintentional is the stupidest shit in sports. Period. You don't hear it anywhere else. Yesterday, I'm watching the New York Knicks against the Miami Heat. Knicks are down like 8 or so. They have the ball. Josh Hart gets called for an offensive foul, illegal screen. Do the referees converge and say, like, did he mean to do that or did he not mean to do that? No, a foul is a foul. Ball goes the other way. Let me ask you a question. Super Bowl, a couple years ago, all-time great game. Eagles, Chiefs, pass interference, end of the game. Do the refs converge and say, did he mean to do it? Did he mean to bump him or not? No, foul is a foul. Foul is a foul, which means a foul is a DQ. That should have been a DQ victory for Tom Aspinall. That should have been a DQ loss for Ciryl Gane. And let me be very, very clear right here and now. I don't think Ciryl did that on purpose. Why would he have done that on purpose? Why would he have tried to foul his opponent? But it doesn't matter. An illegal maneuver is an illegal maneuver. An illegal foul is an illegal foul, whether you meant to do it or not.
There's no denying that Jones's timing here feels deliberate. After mocking Tom for weeks over the eye poke incident, changing his profile picture to a pirate eye patch, and publicly refusing to fight him, Jones seems to be on a full-blown campaign to belittle Aspinall at every chance he gets.
A background in kickboxing, took some kickboxing fight. Probably the best striker Tom's faced. How'd it go from the sample size that we have? How did it go? Not good. Not good at all. Now, he didn't get dog walked. He didn't get fucking completely outshined, but he was getting pieced up. He was getting pieced up. And the longer that went, that's where the questions come into place going, oh man, how would this have gone in the second and third? If he was getting pieced up in the first, nose bloody, getting jabbed, not really landing. And this is my only criticism, Tom. He leads head first, which is boxing 101, not good, especially when you're a big heavyweight. If you saw the Rakic fight, he went head first, and with the momentum of a bigger guy, gets knocked out from a jab. That's going to happen at heavyweight. So my only criticism when it comes to the small sample size that we have is he finally fought a good striker, and it was not going his way.
Ciryl Gane's really, really good, and I've prepared for him accordingly.
And that was refreshing to hear you say that, because people are trying to spin a completely different narrative. Do you expect him to be a little bit more engaging, being that it's going to be probably his last opportunity at a heavyweight title fight?
I think I've got him at his best. He's been through those big fights. He's got them losses. No doubt he's learned from them losses. He's got the experience. He knows what it's like to fight under pressure. And this is his last chance, man. He's not going to get a fourth go. Like, this is his third go. If he's more engaging from a technical standpoint, that evens the odds up a lot more on my part. So I wouldn't, if I was him, I wouldn't force the engagement.
Because you said if you hit somebody square in the face, they're going to fall.
Yeah.
You believe in your power like that?
Yes.
Hey, Tom, also, hey, man, thanks for giving me props about the fight. Even though you're kind of polishing me up a little bit.
What's
when you go, DC would have been a problem if we fought.
I told you that years ago.
Yeah, I know you did, but still, to say,
no, honestly,
you're just kind of polishing me up. And I'm
not,
like, every now and again, somebody got to give the big boy some love, you know? Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. I think you might have beat me up bad.
No, I would have. Hey, let me tell you something. I'd have been shooting from halfway across the octagon the moment they said fight.
And fans are questioning why. Some say it's insecurity. Jones sees how popular Aspinall has become, how respected he is by the new generation of fans, and maybe that threatens him because for the first time in years, there's a heavyweight that the MMA world believes could actually beat Jon Jones. Others think Jones is simply setting the stage for a future fight, building tension, getting in Tom's head, and doing what he's always done best, mind games. But
does Dana White hate Tom Aspinall? Because in the post-match press conference, he was going at his heavyweight champion like he absolutely did not like him.
I mean, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight.
And his key word there is didn't. He didn't say Tom Aspinall couldn't continue, insinuating that he's a quitter.
I don't know if it's because Andy Aspinall's saying Tom wants to go to boxing and he'd love a big payday in boxing, but that's just Andy being a manager and a dad negotiating.
I'm going to be honest, I'll give Dana the benefit of the doubt. He could have easily just misspoke. And the fact that if you do watch the YouTube that Aspinall put out, Dana White's in the locker room before wishing him all luck. I'm sure he's on good terms with Tom Aspinall and his father, because Dana White, let's be honest, if he doesn't have Tom Aspinall, he doesn't have a heavyweight division. If you saw the other heavyweight fights that were on this UFC 321 card, absolute ass.
Beautiful jab, circling around. He won he won that round. Both those guys, for being heavyweight, can move so well on their feet. God, that was going to be such a sweet fight. And I thought Tom was going to go out there and kind of run through Surreal. That was going to be a very interesting fight. I mean, I guess running it back makes sense. Post-fight reaction from Tom Aspinall. What the fuck you booing? I'm the one that got poked in the fucking eye. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not the one that fucking poked him. I get it, you're frustrated. I don't think the fans weren't booing at Tom for not continuing. I don't think the fans are booing because, you know, it sucks. It's a main event, you want to see a fight. But every time like a first reaction that happened, the nut shot, an eye poke, you don't think it's, all right, it's gonna get stopped. And when it does, it sucks. Oh God, I remember when the Pedro fight got stopped. It was in the second round, and I was feeling like I was just getting started. And you just see those guys heartbreak in there, just not being able to compete and do what they love to do. They put all this work in. I think you turn it around, immediate rematch, as long as Tom's eye's good.
No, I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. I talked all day yesterday. Like, I just want to see Tom have to overcome some adversity. I want to see what he does when when his first plan of action doesn't work. What's he checked down to? Is he gonna wrestle? Can he compete with Cyril Gane on his feet for 25 minutes? And I don't get any of those answers, and just like everybody at home, I'm disappointed.
Being poked in the eye is illegal, Brendan, but to fight with one eye is very common. The opponent's trying to hit your eye, he's trying to bust up and make your nose bleed. So that part of it does have question for guys like Anthony and I. We're trying to be polite, we're trying to show grace, but in all fairness, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. You got to fight with one eye at times.
He's annoying to me. He's annoying to me, and that's my own personal. He annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining, but I find him annoying, and I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that you money, honestly, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Or else, my life is perfect without him. I don't need him at all. He needs me. And that's a good place to be in a negotiation.
Whether it's strategic or petty, these latest comments have reignited the rivalry once again. Tom Aspinall hasn't directly responded yet, but close sources say he's fuming behind the scenes. And with UFC 321 still fresh in everyone's mind and his recovery underway, fans believe Aspinall will be back with a vengeance.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight the, I'm gonna call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades, who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect your legacy.
How do you stop eye pokes in the UFC? Andy Aspinall was in the hospital with Tom and saying,
I think it would be useful to analyse the people who do it and get away with it in the fight, win the fight, and everybody forget that the guy get poked in the eye. I just think it's unfair.
I feel like this going forward, as soon as someone gets poked in the eye, accident or not, it's a point deduction. Doesn't need to be a disqualification, but they need to be losing something on the scorecard. Jim Miller fought at UFC 100, 200, and 300, and he said,
unfortunately, we're probably going to see someone lose an eye in the octagon.
And then also on top of that, it was knuckle deep. He was 2 fingers deep into Tom's eyes.
I could understand the booing a bit. They paid a lot of money for the